So last class, right, we had discussed about what is Ansible, what is Ansible tags, and so how to add for a very specific task tag name and all, and runtime. So how to call that specific tag name, or if you want to skip the specific tag, we can also skip it. And also last class we seen right. So how to what is Ansible vault? If we have any sensitive data, if we have any sensitive data, and so we want to provide some security, right? We want to encrypt the data. I don't want to conceal to everyone. I don't want to show everyone. So I want to provide some security. So that case, so we should go for Ansible Vault. That case, we should go for Ansible Vault. And so with the help of Vault, we can encrypt your file. So original data it won't display, and already we set the password, and with the help of that password we can, whenever if you want to, we can view the content, or we can modify, or we can decrypt also. So last class already we seen tags and the vault, and today we are going to discuss so what is Ansible role, and very important and interview purpose also. So most of the people they are asking so this question, what is Ansible role, and why we should go for Ansible role and all. So first we'll see orally, and so how it will work. So as of now, right, what is ADA commands, and how to execute those commands and all. And if you want to run, or if you want to execute multiple models, if you want to execute multiple models, and that case mostly we go right. So that is playbook. Playbook means we can call multiple models at a time, and we can execute, I can run that models, correct. Now, so there is one more concept is that Ansible role. Role. So what is Ansible role and all? Okay. Now if you go here, Ansible roles. So role is now see here. So as of now, right, ADA comments, and so I must find. So right, what is this? So if you want to run any model, if you want to run any model, so single line, so command line, CLI mode. So that case, mostly we go for so ADA commands, single line command via console level. So I hope this one everyone know. So for example, if you want to run any, we are giving that or group name, and if a name, module name, service model or copy model, whatever it may be, and we are giving so name, so some name, or if you want, if you use a model, so these are the attack commands, single line command. So if you want to, we can execute so that model and all, this is same thing. So same if you want to run multiple models in same, here not possible. I want to execute a KM as well as copy as well as file service model. So it is not possible in single line command. So that case we should go for right, Ansible playbook. That case we can go for Ansible playbook. So what is playbook and all, right? Multiple plays available, and so we can execute, we can call. Okay, multiple models. Simply we can call, we can call multiple models, multiple models. So in our playbook, so in our playbook. Now there is one more concept is that Ansible role. This is also very important in Ansible. So enter also many people asking. So why you go for Ansible? What is Ansible role and how it will work? So Ansible roles are the consists of many playbooks. So simply if you want to understand, first ADA commands. Now if you want to run multiple models, we go for Ansible playbook. Suppose if you want to execute multiple playbooks, so that case we should go for Ansible roles, multiple playbooks. Simply see here. So it consists of many playbooks. It consists of many playbooks, and we can run many playbooks at a time. Not only single playbook. So as of now, I am running only one playbook, right? Suppose I have a 10 playbooks, one playbook related to installation, one playbook related to service, one playbook related to variables, one playbook related to templates, one playbook related to task. So I have multiple playbooks. How to execute all these things? How to execute all these things? So that case, we should go for Ansible role concept. This is very simple only. See here. So one line we go for ada command, single line command. If you want to run, if you want to call multiple models, go for Ansible playbook. I want to run multiple playbooks. So that case we go for Ansible role. This is the hierarchy. I hope now got it right. So that is, this is a single line and multiple models, and here multiple playbooks. Okay, many playbooks. So if you want to run, so many playbook, and so that case we go for Ansible role. If you want to understand, that's it. So interview also they are asking, and which is similar to models. In each playbook, so in each playbook what we have? In each playbook what we have?
Many modules, sir. Combination.
Yes, many models. And so Ansible role means so many playbooks. That's it. See here, which is similar to model, and every playbook have a model only. An Ansible role is composed of multiple folders, and so each of which consists of several YML files. So this is here multiple, right? We can say. So here many YML files. So here are many YML files. One second. So this is the so many YML files. So as of now, we created only one playbook. That is one YML file. And if you come to here, Ansible role, and there is some default structure also available. So these are the default structure, and the defaults one folder is there, one directory structure, variables also one directory structure, files also one directory structure, templates, metadata, that is the task, handlers, and test. So these are the default. So these are the default. Right? Ansible. So role structure. In interview also many people asked. So what are the default Ansible role structure? How many directories available? So these are the default directories, guys. So default directory, variables directory, files directory, templates directory, metadata, task directory, Ansible directory, test directory. But each directory have one YML file, default YML file. So if you want to, we can keep. If you want to, we can create multiple YML files in every directory also. That is depends on your requirement, depends on our requirement. If you want to, we can create multiple YML files also. But so every right, this is the default structure, and every directory has some default file also. That is the YML files. Now if you here, these are, see here, task. So if you come to here, task, as of now I hope everyone know what is task. If you want to call, if you want to run any model, so that case this is the mandatory. So task is the mandatory. It contains a main list of tasks to be executed by role. Which task you want to execute? Which task you want to execute? So those and all mostly we are maintaining under the task directory. And there is a handler directory. Right? So if you modified any configuration files, so that case, right? So suppose Tomcat related or Nginx related or HTTP related, these are the servers, right? So if you modified any configuration file or if you updated anything, so immediately it won't reflect. So what we need to do? We need to restart our servers, right? So no need to manually do these steps and all, restart and all. So that case, so we should go for Ansible handler. This is also a handler, contains a handler which may be used by the role. Even so anywhere outside of this role also we can call it. So that is main. Anyway, in example, we can see how it will work handle. Now these are the default. Default is one directory under we can declare all variables. So as of now, playbook has four sections, right? So that is the target section, variable section, right? So four sections. One is target section, second one is host target, next second one variable section, third one task section. What is the fourth one? Handler section, right? Handler section. So here, so this is variable and handler already optional. If you want to, we can add. If you want to, we can configure, or else we can exclude also. No need to configure. But target section and task section is the mandatory. So if you want to run any playbook, so these are the, so this is a playbook, right? This is our playbook. This is our playbook. So in this playbook, so which is the mandatory? Target is mandatory, task also mandatory. Remaining variable section and handler section is optional. If you want to, we can configure. That is depends on our requirement, depends on our usage. So we can add a variable sections, or we can clear configure a handler section also. So but those are the based on our wish only. So these are now. So if we come to here, so what are the default directory structures available in role? So these are the directory structures. In interview also one or people they asked default. So default variable, next, so default variable. Now total here right, so default variable, files, templates, metadata, files, template, metadata, and task. This is a mandatory, and so handler, and last one is test. Last one is test. So these are the default directory structure. If we create any role, so see here default variable, files, template, files, template, metadata, data, meta, and task, and handler directory, and test directory. So total 8 by default if we create any role. And so every directory has some default files. Those all default file name only. Those all are the YML files only. So those all are the YML files. YML or YAML files only. So every directory has one file, default file, and so remaining files and all. So based on our requirement, depends on our requirement. So we can add, we can create our own YML files and all, and every directory. But this is the structure, guys. Interview also many people asked. So what are the default directory structure in Ansible role? If we create any role, so this is the default variable directory, files directory, templates directory, and metadata directory, and task directory, handler directory, test directory. Now let's see. So next, see, we'll discuss what is default and what is variable directory, what is files and all. We'll see one by one. Okay. So these are directory, and so default, see default folder. So it contains defaults variables for the role. So we role variables and all we can declare two ways. So whether we can declare here also, or we can declare here also, guys. That is our wish. So in default directory also, if you want to, we can declare default variables and all. See here, it contains default variables for the role. Variables in the default have a lowest priority. So generally, variables and all we need to create only under the variable directory. Suppose if you want, we can declare any variable here also, default directory also, or specifically there is one directory available. So all variables we are going to declare, we are going to create under the which directory? Variable directory. Okay. So that is the main point. Now see here, there is a default one file is there, main.yml file. So this is our configuration file, and based on requirement, we can update this configuration file. So whatever we want, so we can update this configuration file and also. Same way, so variables files also one file is there, template also one file is there, main.yml file, metadata. So all directory, all folders have one file. Now variables, almost all variables and all we are going to declare under the so variable folders only, variable directory. In Windows we are calling folder, but in Linux machine and all we are calling directory. So that is the naming convention. And so Windows and all mostly we are calling folder. But if we come to Linux or Ubuntu or CentOS, Mac, So the terminology is directory. Okay. So all variables, so we can declare under the variables folder only. Now if we come to here files folder, files means right, so files, if we have any right, see, contains files which want to copy remote host. Suppose if we have any right, some common files, and so that files and all mostly we are keeping under the files folder, files directory. This folder holds all extra files that are required to achieve your role task. If we have any extra files or if we have any configuration, so that and all mostly we are maintaining under the files folder only, under the files directory. And there is a template directory. See, this folder also it contains template files used by the role to create actual configuration files. Mostly configuration files and all maintaining here. Some common files and all we are maintaining files folder. See here, there are usually static files, do not contain any variables. We are not going to change anything. So that files and all we are maintaining files directory, and all configuration related files and all under we are maintaining templates directory, templates. Okay, and so this is the mandatory task folder. Task means right, so which task you want to execute. So under the task we are going to add your models. So this is the main role in our role. So this is the main directory variables, that is task directory. Under the task folder it contains main list of steps to execute by the role. If you run any role, what are the steps you want to perform, what are the steps you want to execute, so that steps and all also we are updating under the task section only. And the task also we have one file is there, main.yml file. So we can spend most of your time, we are mostly updating in this file only, in this file only. And that also it is containing so one default file name. And so depends on requirement, we are going to add a multiple yml file also. And this code aware file execute main role task by the calling all other defined. Wherever you want we can call this task and all. So the any action defined in this file executed by the Ansible only, no need to take care, everything handled by the task. So this is the main guys. So all are optional only, all are optional only. So now if you want to run any role and all, so we should maintain one task directory. Without task we cannot run role also. Without task, can you run playbook also? Already we seen, right? For example, I created one playbook, but I forgot to update, I forgot to add a task. So without task can you execute your playbook? No. So obviously, so definitely we cannot run your playbook without task. Same way, so in role also there is a one directory is the task directory. So without task directory we cannot run anything, we cannot. So by default one file is there, main.yml file, and mostly we are updating this file only. All your task, whatever as of now right. So that steps and all mostly we can perform under the which directory, task directory. So this is the main directory. So remaining all are optional only. If you want to, that is your wish. So if you want to, so if you want to declare variables, go to variable directory. Or if you want to maintain any static files and all, go to files directory. If you have any configuration files, you go for template directory. And if you have any configuration and I want to restart as servers and all, go for handler section. So remaining all are optional only. So here these are the which is the main task directory is the main. Okay, all your actual task and all we are updating under the task directory. Clear guys? So there is test directory also is there. Handler means configuration notify. Now already we discussed, right? So if I have a Tomcat server, and if you update any port number, or if you add any username, or if you delete any username, so immediately it won't reflect. So what we need to do? We need to restart our server, right? So that and all with the help of so handler we can easily handle. See here, contains handler which can be invoked by the notify method, and so directives and area associated with the service. So there is one file is there, main.yml file, and in this file so we can update your configuration. We can update whenever any file, any configuration files is modified, automatically it will restart. This is the handler folder. And so there is a meta folder. Metadata means so data about data. right? So in Docker we are maintaining maintainer, right? Maintain is nothing but author information. What is the purpose of this role, who created this role, and what is the advantage of this role. I want to add, so if you want to add some information about your role, and so that case, so there is one directory is there. What is that directory? So meta folder. Under the meta folder, we can update your role information, we can update your author information. So whatever you want, so that information and all we can update under the metadata folder. Clear, guys? So this is the some information. So for example, I developed one role. So what is the use case? What is the use of this role, and how to run this role, and what is the advantage of the role? I want to give some information, right? So if I am not update any information, how other people know what is the use this role, and how to execute this role, and what are the steps it is involved? No, right? So that steps and all, so some common steps and all we are going to update under the which directory, under the so meta folder. Now there is a test folder is there. This folder contains test environments. Okay, inventory files and all, and playbook related scripts and all we are maintaining under this test folder, under this test folder. So these are the different directory structure, and if we create any role, and we can see these are the main folder structure and all. Now I hope you got it right. So anyone any doubt, guys, here? So these are the default structure: default directory, variables directory, files directory, template directory, handler directory, meta directory, next test directory, so task directory. So these are the default directory structure in Ansible role, Ansible role concept, in the Ansible role concept. For every directory, right, so every directory, so we can maintain different kinds of files, and so those and all we'll see coming classes. And so now what is the default. We can declare variables, some of common, and generally all variables and all we are going to declare under the variables directory. And so files, some common files and all we can maintain files folder. And templates, configuration files and all we are maintaining templates directory. And so that information, that role update, role related information and all we can update in our meta. And actual task and all your modules, all task and all we are updating under the task directory. And handlers, if you want to restart the servers, that information and all we can update in our handler. And this is the test, these are the test. Okay, so these are the now. So as of now, right, playbook, so same steps, so we can convert to role also. But if you come to role, here everything separated, right? Everything separated. If you want to modify variables, only we go for variable directory. Suppose if you want to task related, just you go for task related, right, task folder, and just we can check it. And if you have any common information, that information we go for metadata. And some common files and all, just we go for files. So like this implementation also very easy, and we can easily handle your roles also, and no need to modify. Suppose your playbook is very large, they added many, right, so many tasks and many models and many configurations. How to handle, how to track, how to see, right? That is very difficult. Same playbook we can convert to role. If we come to role, and role it will provide multiple directory structures. And simply if you want to do anything, whatever task you want to perform, just directly go to that particular directory and open that particular file, just update the file, that's it. Here no confusion. Modification also very easy, updation also very easy, compared to Ansible playbook. Playbook means directly we are writing all tasks one by one, one by one, one by one. We can write multiple tasks. For example, one task is there is some problem or some configuration issues. So how to track it, that is very difficult, right? So just if you go for any Ansible role, so everything is separate directory structure, and every directory structure have some different purpose, right? So whatever you want to update, just go on particular directory, update those files, again rebuild, just again rerun it. That's it. Very simple. Clear, guys? Anyone, any doubt here as of now? Interview also very important. Many people asked, so what is the Ansible role? And so what is the default structure in Ansible role? And so this is. Now, anyone, any doubt as of now? This directory structure, just total 8 directories: default directory, variables directory, files directory, templates directory, metadata, task directory, handlers directory, test directory. Clear, guys? Anyone, any doubt here?
No, sir.
And so this is the main thing, and these are the directory structure. And see here, different different locations for Ansible roles, and we can see under the roles directory, or we can create wherever you want, we can check it. So that is up to you only. And so first let me connect my right, my server. Go to here. I don't have anything, right? Come to here, start my instance. So enter purpose, this is very important. So most of the people they asked, so what is Ansible role? And if you want to know more about, so suppose if you don't, if you want to know more from related to Ansible, just type Ansible role concept. Ansible roles. Now see here, roles. This is the official website, official documents, and roles let you automatically load related variables and related files, related task, related handlers, and other Ansible artifact based on known file structure. So after group of context roles and all. So these are the default directory structure. See here, this is a role. So there is a common task, handlers, template, files, variables, and so default, meta. And if you want to, we can create different folders also. That is up to you. Whatever you want, we can create. Okay, whatever you want, we can create it. So these are the parameters we can specific format, and if you want to, we can follow specific format. And so how it will work, what is the options, what are the types, and required default parameters, size values. So these are the, this is use cases and all depends on our requirement. So we can update whatever you want. First come to here. Now it is started, right? Now coming to here, click on my Ansible server and click on the connect Ansible server. Copy this. Now go to your PM file, right click, git bash. Okay. Now, so now already you know, right? So what is the default Ansible installation path? So where is your Ansible installation path? Anyone? Sudo hyphen. If you install Ansible server, what is the default path? Anyone? Ansible installation path.
Slash etc and slash
CD space, right? Slash etc
slash
slash fast, sorry, Ansible, right? So Ansible. So
oops.
this is our installation path. So once Ansible is installed, so now we can see this is I created. This is my I created my own file. Now by default we can see Ansible hyphen Ansible.cfg configuration file and a host file and roles. So this is the default it is created. Some versions so roles by default it won't create. So that case manually we can create one directory for roles, one directory for roles. But anyway, so here we can see roles. Roles is the directory or file. Roles is the directory, not a file. Now see here, the roles is the directory. So did I create this roles directory? No. Once you set up the Ansible, once you set up the Ansible server and all, so automatically, so ansible.cfg file and a host file and roles directory automatically it is created by that is the Ansible package. Okay, now if you go and see, do you have any role? See, cd space roles. This is only empty only, guys. This is only empty. Right now I don't have anything. Do you have anything here? Do we have anything? I don't have anything under this roles. By default, Ansible itself, it is creating one directory. So that is the roles directory. And whatever roles you create, you will create. So that roles and all, it will, we can save, we can keep it under the role also. Okay, that is based on your requirement. So that is not 100% we need to maintain only roles directory. Wherever we want, we can maintain. Now if you go to here, this is the inventory file, right? So this is the host is the inventor file. This is the Ansible inventor file. This is the main role in inventor file. In Ansible, this is the heart, right? Ansible host. Okay. Now this is the configuration file. Now if I observe here, cat space Ansible configuration file. See here. So here colors, which color you want to display, what is the difference, and so how many context lines show in the difference and all. So that is all lines almost it is commented only. All lines almost it is commented only. So that is if any one if you want to work with. So now if you want to work with any specific path and all. So here we can enable and we can disable. We can enable and we can disable. Now see here inventory file. Some basic default values. So right now which host file which by default. So these are the default only. Now go to edit it sudo vi sudo vi sudo vi sudo vi ansible ansible hyphen config file. If we come here, so these are the default. See here inventory file. Where is your inventory file? My inventory file default it is the path. If you want to specifically use, we can comment uncomment also. Now see here config file for Ansible. So nearly all parameters can be overridden in the Ansible playbook or with command line flags. Ansible will read Ansible underscore config file and in the current working directory or this is the specific path and all. See here etc slash Ansible slash Ansible under Ansible dot cfg file. So these are the default some basic default values. Now my this is my inventory file, right? Suppose no sir, my inventory file under I am maintaining different path. So that case we can update here path also. That is up to you only. Where is your libraries and all, and where is your remote temporary directory? And see here there is almost all or it is commented only. Place will be gather fact by default, and if you want to, so see here start gather by default implicit explicit. There is some steps also timeout gathering gather timeout 10 seconds is there. If you want to, we can enable this one also. Somewhere we can see uh, SSH timeout, how much time you have to wait. So while connecting your servers, right to host and all via SSH, default timeout seconds they given 10, and if you want to, we can increase this time also. Now log path, this is your log path, variable logs under Ansible.log also one path is there. If you want to, we can go and check here also. See here under variable log one directory is there. Under log Ansible.log also is there. That errors and all it is storing in the file. We can enable and executable path bin bash only. And apart from this, if you have any plugins, we can use these plugins. These are the groups and all. So these are the groups and all. Let me see. Here color path directory, some more lines also we can see different always no. So these are the some basic configuration and all. But anyway, by default all are commented and depends on requirement. So some of lines we can uncomment it and we can set the path and all. So that is all configuration related. Just I enable it. These are the default. Some basic see here default values, where is your inventory files and all. This is the etc under Ansible. Anyway, even it is commented by default Ansible server, go and find only this particular directory only. Okay, so specifically if you want to mention, that's we can uncomment it. And libraries and all, if you have any models, and if you have that is temp force, so sudo users, root user, right? So everything, if you want to perform sudo user, that case we can enable sudo underscore user root only, and ask password true, and transport remote port 22, and row interval how many seconds. These are the some basic configuration. So whenever if you need, we can uncomment and we can update your information here also. But mostly, so this is the configuration file, Ansible configuration file. Under this configuration file, so your configuration path and directories, some common steps and all, we can enable and we can update also. That is based on our requirements and all. Okay, escape colon next. Now I hope everyone know inventory file. Now role. Now if you come here, now so role already is there. In this role I don't have anything, right? So in this role I don't have anything. So let me create, so how to create one role. So if you want to create any role and all, if you want to create any role and all, and so Ansible, this is the, so this is the Ansible. So Ansible hyphen galaxy space init space your role name. So automatically role will create, role will create. And so there is a one more question, guys, intro question. What is Ansible Galaxy? This is also very very important. And so before creating role and all, first come to what is Ansible Galaxy. So intro also many people asked. So what is? This is also important. And so what is Ansible Galaxy? Okay, so Ansible Galaxy is nothing but this is also like right, go to here Ansible Galaxy. Here Galaxy provides pre-packaged units for work known Ansible as a role and collections. Now if you come to here Ansible Galaxy, this is like right, one temporary, this is the Ansible Galaxy, guys. Now see here, this is the Ansible Galaxy, galaxy.ansible.com. This is like a one right, one like repository. The main thing is, so Galaxy is a hub for finding and sharing Ansible content. So this is one right, so one repository, right, GitHub repository, like same way Ansible people they are maintaining one Galaxy. So see here Galaxy is nothing but this is the hub for finding, sharing Ansible content, some common reusable content and all Ansible people they are maintaining in this Galaxy, in this Galaxy. And so the main thing is reusability. The main thing is reusability. For example, I created one role for Tomcat setup and all, or Jenkins related setup and all. So that role I am going to maintain, I am going to upload, I am maintaining in the Galaxy, Ansible Galaxy. So if you upload your role and all Ansible Galaxy, everyone can use my Galaxy. Again, no need to implement a scratch level. The main purpose is reusability. The main purpose is reusability. The main purpose is reusability. So now here also we can find what is, this is the hub. This is like a one hub, one repo finding and sharing Ansible content and all. If you want to find any Ansible related content, so what is this? Just go to here galaxy.ansible.com, under we can find. So I think here also we can see, let me search whether that is available, Ansible Galaxy. So now see here, Ansible Galaxy is a community website. Ansible Galaxy is a community website where we can share Ansible roles and we can download Ansible roles from it free only. Anyone. For example, I created one role, guys. For example, today I created one role. That role related to Tomcat configuration. Okay, Tomcat, Tomcat setup. Okay, setup and configuration. So I created one role. Now this once my role is ready, now I am maintaining this role in our Ansible Galaxy. Now if anyone they want Tomcat related setup and all configuration, they the other people no need to again create role. So already my code is available. I am maintaining Ansible so Galaxy. So simply they can reusable, simply they can call my role. They can pull, they can download my code, and they can also reusable. Simply they can reusable. Reusable means again no need to implement a scratch level. Already I implemented. Whenever if we need, whenever if we need, so directly in our playbook with the help of role tag, I can recall it. I can recall it. So that is the main purpose of Ansible Galaxy. See here, Ansible Galaxy is a community. This is like one website. This is like one hub. This is a one hub, and so we can share Ansible roles, and we can download Ansible roles from the this ansible.galaxy.hub. Okay, so this is the official website. This is the official website. Just go on. Now see here, search Ansible roles with Ansible Galaxy command. So we can search whatever you want. See here, Ansible Galaxy search Jenkins. If you use this command, Jenkins, if someone already implemented, right, that roles and all it is coming. Now see here, so Ansible hyphen Galaxy info. So just I am giving something. So this information and all I am getting from my Ansible, Ansible, that is Jenkins related information and all from the Ansible Galaxy. Now see here Ansible Galaxy init, my custom role, how to create role, and Ansible Galaxy commands. So actually we are using, if you want to create any role, and with the help of Ansible Galaxy only we are creating your role and all. Okay, so what is the command? Ansible hyphen Galaxy space init. Okay, your role name, we can give any role name, guys. We can give any role name. Okay, so simple interval also, what is Ansible Galaxy? Now you got it right. What is Ansible Galaxy? Ansible Galaxy is nothing but so Ansible Galaxy is nothing but, right, this is the hub. This is the hub for finding and sharing all Ansible content and all. See, use Ansible Galaxy to jumpstart your automation project with the great contents from the Ansible community. So roles can be dropped into Ansible playbook and immediately put in your work. You can find role provisioning infrastructure, and whenever if you want to we can call it. Okay, so now see here Ansible roles and Ansible collections. So now if we come to here, so a role enable to sharing or reuse of your Ansible task. The main thing is reusability. Once I developed Ansible role, and anywhere and anytime, if other people, if they want to use my code, simply they can reuse it. Again, no need to implement scratch level. Again, no need to implement scratch level. It contains Ansible playbook task. Okay, what Ansible role? It is containing default or variables or files or templates or metadata, and also right, task or handlers. So that is a lot of directory structures, default structure available, right? So that and all, so we can maintain. Okay, and variables, templates, handlers need to run your task. A role is complete unit of automation. So the main thing is automation. Already I automated something. Again, no need to do anything. Simply we can reuse it. See here, that can be reused and sharing. If you want to, we can share other people also. So this is the main purpose of Ansible role. So this is the main purpose of Ansible role. And so these are the default directory structure. These are the so default so directory structure. And see here, so Ansible role has defined directory structure, 8 main static directories. So how many directory structures available? 8 directory structures. Okay, first let me create one role. So how to create a role and all. Now see here. Okay, so now how to create that roles and all. So we can create with the help of Ansible hyphen Galaxy space init, right? Space init. Now see here, Ansible hyphen Galaxy. What is syntax? Ansible hyphen Galaxy init. Ansible hyphen Galaxy init, and we can give your role name. Whatever you want, we can give it. So whatever name we can give it. Now see here, Galaxy init. Now I am giving a DevOps role. What is my role name? DevOps. What is my role name? DevOps. So this is the syntax. Ansible hyphen Galaxy space init space your role name. So if we create see here, so role DevOps was created successfully. Your role was created successfully. Now check it here. So cd ls slash etc slash Ansible. Now see here. So what is this role? Cd space, first let me go slash etc slash Ansible ls and cd space roles under roles ls, where I run this command here, right? Now we need to check here cd dot ls. Now see here, right, I run command here, right? So now DevOps role is created. cd space now DevOps. Now see here, if you see here, so what is the default directory structure? So what is the default directory structure? This is the default one directory. Files also one directory. All are directories. See, observe here left side. D. All are the directories. And this is the task. This is the template. This is the test. And this is the variable. So did I create manually this structure? No, right? So if we create any role by default, so this structure will be created automatically. Default directory, files directory, handlers directory, metadata directory, meta and task directory, templates directory, test directory and variables directory. Now first this is the main thing, right? Let me go to task directory. cd space task. Now see here, so by default we can see one file, guys. What is the file name? Main.yml file. What is the file name? Main.yml file. Now see here, cat space main.yml file. See, nothing is there. This is one file, default it is created, but there is no data. There is no data. Now come outside. Now we can check it any directory ls. Now go to here, go to default directory or go to anything, cd space default directory ls. Now we can see one file. What is the file name? Main.yml file. So what is the file name? Main.yml file. Come outside. Now clear, guys? Anyone any doubt here? So every directory almost it is having one file. What is the default file name? Main.yml file. Now go and check it. cd space for example variables. Here I think nothing, we don't have anything. Here also we can write cat space main.yml file. Now see, so every directory have one file. What is the file name? Main.yml file. Main.yml file. Now go to template or go to default, already we seen. And so metadata, meta. One directory you don't have any file. Here also this is okay. So one file. Now this is see here, who is the author, which platform, which version, that information and all we can update here. Cd dot ls and cd space meta, already we see in files. Okay. Now ls. Now see here, files directory doesn't have any file, default file. Doesn't have any file. Remaining almost all directories have default file name main.yml file. Main.yml file. Now clear, guys? Anyone any doubt as of now? So how to create a role and what is the directory structure available in role? Okay. So what is the directory structure available in role? Okay. So if you want to create any role, so what is the command? Ansible hyphen galaxy space init space your role name. We can give any name. We can give any name. Okay. We can give any name. Okay. So for example, here I given a test role. Here I given a test role. Now see here, role was galaxy Ansible. Hmm. So Ansible hyphen galaxy type error, right? So init space and I am using test role, test test role, role role. Now see here, role was created. Now check it, one more role created. See here, role cd space test role. Now if you go and check it here, so default structure will created by default, no need to do anything. So everything taken care by Ansible, so no need to worry. And interval also they are asking, right, what is Ansible Galaxy means? Ansible Galaxy is nothing but that is the hub. What is that? Ansible Galaxy is the hub, right? So Ansible Galaxy is the hub, and so we can get we can share your all Ansible content and all whatever you want. So we can so whatever you want, so we can get in the Ansible Galaxy. Okay, Ansible Galaxy. So this is the official website. So this is the official website, and so if you want to, we can if you have username password, we can check it. So log into Galaxy, click in the so one of the SM tool. We need to connect it. So right now it just if you want to, we can sign up also. Directly if you click on here, so there is a search is there. There is a community. This is the home page. This is the home page, and this is the search, and this is the community. Next, go and search. There is a search option is right. Whatever role you want, we can search here. For example, I want to Tomcat related role. Just search Tomcat. So many people already implemented. So if you want to, we can reuse it. If you want to reuse it, if you want to reuse it, so here we can search it. See here role collection of all roles, and many people DevOps already someone is uploaded, and so I want to Jenkins role. Is there someone? So Jenkins, just search. Now see here. So Jenkins. Now if you go and search it, so this is the login. This is the 209 downloaded, and this is here Ansible Galaxy collection install. We need to use this command. So before that, there is repo also available. Where is repo? This is repo. If you click on this is not available. This guys is not maintained any repo under, and go back. Search it here. Go here, and so Jenkins, Tomcat. Okay, so Tomcat Ansible role. Click on this, and so go to GitHub. So some these people maintaining, see these people maintaining code also. If you want to, we can reuse it also. Now see here default directory structure. What these people are maintaining YML file. Now already these people they updated some code, which Tomcat version they are used, and what is the initial Java, and which Java version they are maintaining. What is the Tomcat username? What is the Tomcat group name? Where you want to install? What are the modes you are providing permissions and all. Now these are the already someone is written. Okay, so like this also we can task. If you go, this is the main, right? Task, see here main task. Now go to here, so install Tomcat, include install that YML file when Tomcat state equal to present, and configure Tomcat. There is one more file is there, configuration.yml file. You can go and check it here, install. See here, so name install Java m name equal to what is this, they are calling this, so when now state equal to present, now state, now see here group, group also one module, user also one module, file also one module, and this is the loop concept they are maintaining. When also they are using get URL. If you want to download anything, there is a you get URL also one module. Download Apache Tomcat, so they want to download the specific version. See here get the URL also one model. Copy already you know, and so unarchive. If you want to extract the file, this is also one model, and file also one model. See here. So in this file, I almost you know. So M model you know, and this is already we discuss. We didn't discuss. Check if the Tomcat is installed or not. This is the state model, and group model, user model already you know, file model you know, and see here and get URL. So this is the download any, if you want to download any tar file from remote, so that case we go for, so that case we go for get URL, and this is the copy model. Now see here like this, you can also implement your own role. If you want to, we can implement your own role also, your own role also. Now see here, if you get here, they are downloading Tomcat software, right? So see here Tomcat underscore version split underscore 0 version, and they are giving some they are calling, see Tomcat underscore version. So it is coming somewhere, this is a variable, right? This is item, so they are declared somewhere. If you want to check it, go and check here also. Variable section, and so main.yml file. So here they are not maintaining, and go to default directory, they are maintaining somewhere. Okay, now main.yml file. Now see here, so that variables and all they are declared here. Now see here, so tomcat, this is the port number, this is the pod, tomcat users, true. These all are the variables. These all are the variables they maintaining here. So which tomcat version? If you want to check it, go and check it here. Copy this one, or else I am going to right click and I am going to add open one more tab also. Now we can easily understand. We need to open other file. Now let me check it. Tomcat version. See here, Tomcat version they are using 8.5.42. Now go back and go back, and if you go to task section, and if you go to install section, and here they are calling that variable name. Now see here, so state install. Now see here, so tomcat underscore install path, tomcat hyphen tomcat. So it is coming. Which value it is coming here? Tomcat 8.4, that is version number, it is coming here. So now see here, they are calling tomcat underscore user. This is the username, right? So this is the variable name. This is coming from this file. Variables and all already they declare here. So if you go back, see here, default, just search it here. This is the one variable. Now see here, tomcat underscore username. They are given tomcat user. Tomcat underscore group. This is the key and this is the value. This is the key, this is the value. So mostly they declare all variables under the default directory only. Default directory only. So someone, if you want to, we can declare here also, guys. There is one more directory is there, right? Variable directory. If you want to, we can declare. But this guy, they didn't mention anything here. All variables he declared only in the particular default directory. This is the someone, I didn't write it. This is someone is already written. If you want to, we can reuse it. Again, no need to implement scratch level. Again, no need to implement a scratch level. Okay, not only this guy, many people already they implemented. So what is the main purpose? Reusability. What is the main purpose? Reusability. Whenever your requirement is matched, so automatically we can download that code and we can reuse it. But if you want to implement your own, if you want to implement your own tomcat, your own role also, we can create your own role. We can update all files and we can maintain in our Ansible iPhone Galaxy also. Okay, that is the hub. That is the hub. Correct. So all people they are maintaining only in this hub only, and you can create login also. These are the some basic concept how it will work. I hope you got it, guys. So anyone any doubt here? Next class we'll see practically, so how to create a role and how to implement so your own task and all, so how it will work. Clear?
Yes,
Anyone
sir.
any? Okay. So next class we'll see practically. We'll see one or two roles we'll create, and we can and how to reuse it and how to call that playbook in our role, how to call that role our in our playbook also. Just today we discussed only orally, theoretically only. So next class we'll see practically. Now I hope everyone got some idea what is Ansible role, and what is the directory structure of Ansible role, and what are the directories available, and what are the files, and main what is the main purpose, and also what is the Ansible Galaxy. Okay, so Ansible Galaxy. So enter also one or two people they asked what is Ansible Galaxy. This is like one hub. This is like one hub. We can maintain, we can share your our Ansible content in the hub only. All Ansible content in the hub only. Okay. So this is a open source only. If you want to, we can maintain. So if you want to, we can maintain. This is the use cases and how to create that role and all, how to maintain. So these are the official document. And if you have any doubt or we want to know more what is in it, what is build, publish, collections and all, there is many commands available here. So this is the role in it, and what is the path of in it. See, create a skeleton framework for the role collection that compiles with the Galaxy metadata format. Everything available documentation, and if we have time just to go through this document, we will get more information. Okay, so that's it from my side today. And so if you have any doubt, we can ask, or else